Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all had a fruitful break while we got this second module ready for you. Through this recorded clip, let's start the second module with the revision of the previous module. So, in this first slide, I will tell you we studied the various milestones in this process of the establishment of civilization. I will be showing you a picture and pausing for a while so that you can say out loud the answers before I mention the name of that particular milestone. So the first milestone was collective learning, and then came good climate. With it, we had this picture where people started experimenting with farming and there was agricultural experimentation. With successful agricultural experimentation, population started settling, they required more food, which resulted in, that's right, better agricultural technology, which in turn led to a food surplus, which was an important milestone. And along with the food surplus came an interdependent society where people could now think about other professions as their food needs were being met. Once the society was established, there was a need to create order, which resulted in the establishment of city-states. With city-states forming, neighboring city-states fought with each other for more power to form kingdoms, and kingdoms fighting with neighboring kingdoms resulted in the formation of empires. Additionally, in the previous module, we also discussed briefly how there was a struggle for power within the society. This was the last session of our previous module, and we saw how the kingdom model of government slowly and gradually moved to a very democratic model. The first step was where the king was considered as God. But then, due to certain situations, due to certain reasons, the king had to demote himself and he was now known as God's representative. We also noted that the kings had to buy loyalty and they had to share power with other people within the kingdom, who were the barons and the knights. With power sharing, the barons wanted more power, and we had this arrangement, this agreement, where power was being shared between the barons and the king. Now, barons had the right to overrule the laws that were made by the kings. This struggle continued between the king and the people, and so the king took away the power that people had and he dismissed the parliament, which resulted in a rebellion. And due to this rebellion, the king finally lost his position. He is no more at the top. The people are now more powerful than the king. The king is subservient to the constitution, and we have the constitutional monarchy. We also discussed some other concepts which we will be using, and we will be reviewing these concepts in all our coming modules. But today we will just revise what we have studied, these important terms. The first one was, yes, as you can see from the picture, it's about point of view. It's how different people look at different things, and which is what we call perspective. We also looked at how geography plays a part and how nations make their relations with relational and military decisions, which is called geopolitics. We also discussed about how nations and countries make relations good or bad, friends or enemies with each other, which we know as international relations, or also it is also known as IR. It's the abbreviation for international relations. Then we discussed two sides of humans, two behavioral sides of humans. One hand, we discussed how all humans behave similarly in a particular situation, which is called psychology. And we also discussed the behavioral side related to how people belonging to a particular group, like a country or a religion or a culture, behave in a particular situation, which is known as sociology. So we can now differentiate between psychology and sociology. Psychology is the study of human thoughts and feelings, while sociology is the study of various cultures and societies. With this, we come to the end of the review of the first module. When we meet for our first live class, we will be having a quick Kahoot on these reviewed concepts. So make sure that you join in time, else you might miss the Kahoot. Jazakallah khair and assalamu alaikum. We will see you in the live class.